Hello everyone, welcome back to another excellent edition of the Classic Video Game Channel, and this Friday I have for you what I consider to be a very underrated game on the Sega Genesis, and that is none other than Rocket Knight Adventures. Now Rocket Knight Adventures is a fantastic platformer that was released for the system on June 16th, 1993, believe it or not. Now we all know that colorful and cartoonish 16-bit platformers were a dime a dozen back in the early 90s, but this one really does seem to stand out from the crowd, so let's jump right in and find out why. The story of Rocket Knight Adventures is actually rather complicated. Instead of being presented to you at the beginning of the game, it's actually found in the game manual. The story is split up into the events of the past and the events of the present. In the past, King Elzebulus fought against invaders from the ship Pigstar. After defeating the enemies, Elzebulus put the Pigstar under a seal that would protect it from being used to destroy the world. To protect the kingdom and the key to the seal, a group of warriors known as the Rocket Knights emerged. These Rocket Knights were known for their use of swords, rocket packs, and intense combat skills. Our main character, Sparkster, at this time was a war orphan who was soon taken in by Mifune Sinjulu, a friend of the king and leader of the Rocket Knights. Soon Axelgear, an evil Rocket Knight, attempted to steal a magical book that contained the secrets of the Rocket Knights. Mifune was the owner of this book, and a fight between him and Axel ensued. In the end, Mifune was left severely wounded and Sparkster became the new leader of the Rocket Knights. Sparkster wanted revenge though and spent nearly 10 years searching for Axelgear. Now in the present, Sparkster has returned to Zabulu sensing Axel is near. The kingdom is under attack though by Devil Gus Devotindos, who is said to have the power of hypnosis. Sparkster rushes to the castle to find that sure enough, Axel has returned and kidnapped Princess Sherry. Wait, what? Yep, that is right, this incredible platformer has almost a novel for a backstory, yet your main quest in this game is none other than the cliche rescue the princess from the bad guy. I find that hilarious and completely awesome. Well hey, platformers don't need amazing stories anyway, so let's take a look at Rocket Knight Adventures' fantastic gameplay. The gameplay in Rocket Knight Adventures is absolutely superb. There are only 5 stages, but each one is split up into multiple levels with multiple bosses, making for it to be a pretty decently length game. Gameplay is largely varied throughout these stages, and you're always doing something new. This could be a level where the wind is flying in the opposite direction, you're swimming underwater, or the game could even suddenly become a horizontal shooter. One of the most imaginative variances in this level design is one of the stages in which you must use a reflection in the rising lava to traverse your way through the game. I think that is just pure genius and is definitely a very cool idea. Sparkster's control is surprisingly smooth for an opossum. One button serves as his jump and the 2 others serve as his attack, which is his sword throwing maneuver. Hold any of these 2 buttons until the bar at the top of the screen fills up and he'll perform his totally awesome rocket jump. This can be used to attack enemies or to reach inaccessible parts of levels. The learning curve to this move really isn't steep at all, and you'll be bouncing off walls before you know it. Speaking of difficulty, this game gets it right. It actually has 4 difficulty settings, but I just play on the normal mode. The curve in difficulty in Rocket Knight Adventures though, is the best I have ever seen in any video game. Figuring out the patterns to bosses has never felt so rewarding, at least to me. Right when you're about to give up and you think you can't do it, you figure out the enemy's weakness or how to defend yourself. Then once you defeat that boss and it goes up in an explosion of flames, you feel like a true Rocket Knight. Now that is some satisfying gameplay. The graphics in Rocket Knight Adventures are also amazing. The worlds are all very detailed and very bright and colorful. The game really is an absolute joy to look at, but it's even better to listen to. Rocket Knight Adventures may just have my favorite soundtrack of a 16-bit game. The tunes never tire and really push you through the stages and boss battles. Here, take a listen to this fantastic music. All in all, Rocket Knight Adventures is a truly fantastic platformer. The game nails how to present a curve in difficulty, and the gameplay is not only extremely fun because of this, but it's also extremely rewarding. The level design and graphics are also top-notch, and that musical score is just the cherry on top. Any way you put it, this underrated gem deserves to be in everyone's Genesis collection, so if you don't already own it, I suggest you go pick it up. Well, that's it for this edition of Classic Video Game Channel. I'll see you guys next time.